Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from sacredsoulempowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, August 27th through Sunday, September 2nd, 2018. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Power Angel Tarot deck for the main message for everyone. And your special message card, depending on your stone of choice this week, will be coming from the Crystal Angels deck. So I'm really excited. I got some new stones here to show you. But before we show you those stones, I want to also remind you that this week's weekly reading takes us into the month of September. So be sure to also go on my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma and watch the September angel astrology reading for the whole month. It will talk a little bit about the universal energies as well as the astrological energies that are highlighted, and then give messages from our angels and guides. So for this week's weekly reading, let's take a look at these new stones of choice. I got these wonderful, beautiful new stones. Actually, I got a lot of new stones, but these are 3 of them. This one is called Amazonite. And Amazonite, as you can see, it's a beautiful green, blue, turquoise color. The Amazonite is a wonderful stone for healing the emotional as well as the physical body. It helps to heal traumas from this and previous lifetimes. It helps to balance the chakras. It's known as the stone of truth and courage, and it also helps to empower one to discover their truth. So if you're looking to discover your own truth, if you're looking to empower yourself, this is the stone of choice. This is also known as a stone for women warriors, which I thought was very interesting. Your second stone of choice is, it's so small, I'm trying to get a good handle on it here. It's pink aventurine. There we go. It almost looks like rhodochrosite or rhodonite, but this pink aventurine, it's got this soft, nurturing energy, but it urges one to live from love. And it also urges one to love boldly. So you're living from your heart chakra, you're loving boldly. It also exudes a very calming, happy, and courageous energy. It helps one to determine their higher purpose. And it helps you to connect with the divinity that is inside of you. Again, pink aventurine. And then the last stone of choice. This is called Sonara Sunrise, and when I bought it, the place where I purchased it from said Sonara Sunrise Turquoise, but all of the research I did on it actually calls it a chrysocolla, and turquoise and chrysocolla are very similar in color. They both have that turquoise blue color to it, and you can see the turquoise blue in there, but you can also see some red energy in there. So when I was doing research, I saw that it was called Sonora Sunrise, but it was also called Sonora Sunset. It was either or both. And this Sonora Sunrise, again, turquoise or chrysocolla, I couldn't find anything that said turquoise, so we're going to go with chrysocolla, even though it was told to me that it was turquoise. But this is a stone of empowerment and a stone of freedom. And it helps one, to, again, own their power. It assists with empowerment when you feel stuck in some way from moving forward on your path. It's a good stone for seeking changes if you're looking to have changes in your life. And it activates both a sense of passion and it activates healing energies within your life. So again, Sonora Sunrise or Sonora Sunset. And of course, Amazonite and pink aventurine. Sonora Sunrise, Sonora Sunset. Okay, so let's move into looking at the astrology for the week. The most important thing, and it happens right away, and I did mention this in last week's weekly reading towards the end when we were discussing the astrological transits for the week last week. But on Monday the 27th, Mars, the planet of energy and action and forward movement, is finally turning to direct motion at 28 degrees of Capricorn. Now, it went retrograde at 9 degrees of Aquarius some weeks ago, but it retrograded back into Capricorn for here just a short time, and now it's again turning direct at 28 degrees. Now, if you remember, about a week ago, maybe a week and a day ago, we had Mercury, the planet of communication and thoughts and ideas, turned back to direct motion. And that was half of what we needed to happen for us to feel like we're more free, if you will, to have things unfold in more of a timely manner in our life. Now that we have Mars turning back to direct motion, we can start to see some of the changes that were initiated by the solar and lunar eclipses back in July and then August, and then Lion's Gate, which was part of 8/8 and the opening of the portal of energy. Now we can see some of these initiated changing energies start to play out in our lives because Mars is going direct. So we can move forward with our plans. We can start seeing movement occur more rapidly and quickly. Now remember, Mars is going to take a few days to actually speed up back to its regular pace. So, these changes and the forward movement will unfold slowly at first, but over the coming weeks we'll start to gain momentum and start to speed up a little bit. On Tuesday the 28th, and this happens really early Eastern time, so we're talking 1:31 a.m. Eastern time. So I want to say most of us are going to feel this on Monday the 27th, as it occurs very early Eastern time on Tuesday the 28th. Of course, those of you that are in Europe, you're 6 hours later, so we're talking around 7:30 a.m. Those of you that are in India or Australia or New Zealand, it's going to be later in the day on Tuesday. But on that day, we have Mercury, the planet, again, of the mind, that rules the mental realm, and it went direct about a week ago at 11 degrees of Leo. So it's just starting to pick up its pace a little bit and its movement as well. It's going to be challenging the planet Jupiter. And Jupiter, of course, is still in Scorpio as it spends a whole year in each sign of the zodiac. Now, Jupiter rules our belief systems. It rules the big vision, if you will. It rules expansion. It rules prosperity and abundance and blessings as well. But again, it's in Scorpio, so it brings up this expansion principle of all these scorpionic kinds of themes of power, our sense of power and owning our power in different ways. And with Mercury challenging that, it's a square aspect. So Mercury is squaring or challenging Jupiter. Now both of these planets rule kind of the mental realm. Mercury is more of the everyday details and communications, the kind of more of the tangible, things of life with our ideas and our thoughts. Jupiter is more, again, our ideals, our belief systems, our spiritual truths, the big picture of our lives and where we want to go. It's like, that's why we call it the vision. It's the vision or the big picture of what we believe about ourselves and about our lives. So with these two planets squaring one another, it's going to pose a little bit of a challenging energy as far as how we're thinking, how we're maybe even communicating, what we're believing about ourselves and about our lives. Again, we're going to feel this Monday as well as Tuesday. Some of us may feel it as early as Sunday as that Mercury approaches Jupiter. So know that with Mercury in that confident, self-assured sign of Leo, that you want to, shine your light and own your kind of joy, own that kind of inspiring, joyous, happy, optimistic kind of Leo kind of energy. And with the Jupiter, again, it's a challenging energy, but let's look at the most positive. Let's empower ourselves. So if there's any disempowering communication, relationship, circumstance, situation that's happening for us, this is a time to really, let's change our mindset. Let's change the way we're seeing the big picture of something. Let's change our belief systems about ourselves or something. And let's empower ourselves and take back our power. Now on Thursday the 30th, this is something about the moon, which I don't always talk about, as a lot of you that watch my videos know, because it moves so fast through the zodiac. But the only two big things that were happening were Mars going direct and Mercury squaring Jupiter. So I added the moon here on Thursday in Aries and moving into Taurus because it's connecting to a couple of planets, and I felt like there was a potential for something to occur or be initiated or like it's almost like the moon can serve as a trigger here to something. And the moon starts out in, Aries, and it's going to be challenging Pluto. And Pluto is about death and rebirth and power and control and transformation and transmutation. And, it also then moves on, the moon moves on to then challenge Mars, which just turned back to direct motion. So Pluto's in Capricorn, Mars is still in Capricorn, the moon is in Aries, challenging both of these planets. And especially because Mars just turned direct, it intensifies his energy right now. It kind of, because of that shift in directions, makes him more felt, if you will. So I feel like there's something here that could bring about some sort of emotional triggers for us, because the moon is about our emotions, and Aries is a planet that is fiery, and it's assertive, and it's initiating, and Aries can be it's kind of like act before you think kind of energy. And here we're talking about our emotions. So our emotional buttons can be pushed. Pluto also rules our subconscious. Mars rules assertiveness or sometimes frustration, especially because he's not moving. So there's almost a frustrated feeling there. So I feel like the moon can trigger that Pluto and Mars energy, and we might feel, frustrated in some way. And there needs to be some sort of initiating transformation sort of energy that's happening. Now, the moon will then move into Taurus, because, when it connects with Pluto and Mars, it's more at the tail end of Aries. And when the moon moves into Taurus, it will then connect with Uranus. And Uranus is that planet of the sudden and unexpected. So I just feel like this combination here with the Pluto, the Mars, and then Uranus, there's something that could be triggered here for us on an emotional level. Now, moon in Taurus, Taurus also rules finances, money, personal resources. It rules our values or how we value ourselves. It rules our sense of self-worthiness. So, all of these things that Aries and the moon rules, and the moon being about our emotional nature, there might be something that's stirred up here on an emotional level. And, we may not be able to, I think we can navigate it, but it may be something to where it's almost like a subconscious reaction of sorts. Now, it can also initiate some sort of reaction in your environment or in your outer reality as well, with something that you're trying to move forward on, or again, with money and finances, anything that deals with your resources. Okay, so that's a little bit about the astrology for the week. Let's go ahead and see what our angels and guides have to say through the cards here, through our messages. So we start out with the Eight of Michael. The Eight of Michael is the Eight of Swords in the traditional tarot. And the number 8, numerologically speaking, to me is about empowerment. The number 8 also deals with business, career, finances, money, our sense of security. But the number 8 on a spiritual level is about power and empowerment, or being your own authority or dealing with authorities. And here again we have the mental realm. The suit of Michael, the suit of swords, is about the mind. It's about communications. It's about thoughts and ideas. The message at the bottom says, we can be free. We can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation, not seeing things clearly. So on the mental level, we may not be seeing things exactly clearly. And again, I feel like this is related to Mars just shifting directions. There's something to where we might feel a little frustrated, and we're not seeing the bigger picture, which is that Jupiter influence. We're kind of being challenged by seeing that bigger picture of why things might be taking so long, or why things aren't unfolding the way we would like, or why communications with certain people or certain groups are, feeling a little tense or stressed. But here again, the message is a very positive one. And you can see that Archangel Michael here is, above this woman. This woman is kind of looking up a little bit towards the sky. She's got her arms outstretched, almost in an aspect of, asking the heavens or asking the angels for assistance. Like looking up saying, okay, assist me through this situation. Help me to see more clearly what I need to do next. And there's Archangel Michael right behind her, and protecting her within the situation, whatever the situation is that she's in. and is going to guide her to the next step. Archangel Michael is known as that archangel that can guide us to the next step on our path. So again, I love this message. You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. We have to change it on the mental level first before we can change it on the physical level. First it's if we think about the bodies, the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, things start out here in the mental body first, as far as an idea, a thought, and then we fuel that idea or thought with the emotional body, energies, feelings of whether it's happiness and joy and excitement, or whether it's sadness or frustration or anger. So we definitely want to fuel this positive new thought so we can free ourselves with happiness, excitement, adventure, looking forward to something, feeling inspired about something. And then it happens on the physical level. So that's kind of the recipe for manifestation. Positive thought fueled with positive emotions bring about positive manifestations. And that's what this is talking about, so that we can empower ourselves and feel more free, be more free of whatever the frustration is that's holding us back from moving forward. Let's take a look at the second card. Now you can see that there's two cards here. So when I was meditating and shuffling and I was pulling the second card for the week, two cards came out. And Spirit said, our angels and guides said that both of these were to be looked at. So let's look at this one. Okay, it seems like we had the High Priestess. Was it last week or the week before? It seems like she came out recently. This is Major Arcana number 2, the High Priestess with Archangel Haniel. Now the number 2 numerologically is about balance. So we need to stay balanced this week. Stay balanced mentally, stay balanced emotionally. Because it's through that balance that we're going to be able to maybe see clarity or see the truth or see what the next step is, or feel, be able to shift our perspective and feel more joy and enthusiasm for what's about to happen here. Archangel Haniel is the archangel that helps with our healing abilities, our psychic and intuitive abilities. She rules the subconscious. And the message at the bottom says, powerful psychic insights. Reflection and meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. So I feel like this has to do with that Mercury square Jupiter. Mercury's challenging Jupiter about, again, our thoughts and our belief systems and feeling a little challenged in that realm. So this here, going within, empowering yourself, and this is divine feminine energy as well, that High Priestess. I remember talking about this again in a previous reading not too long ago, of that divine feminine energy that's also very powerful. So tune in, and call in Archangel Haniel and tune into the intuitive and psychic energies. So, tap into your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, your clairsentience, your claircognizance. Ask to be shown what those insights are. Ask to be shown, what the next step is, or what you need to do, or what decision that you might need to make. This is very powerful, and it's through meditation usually that this, powerful psychic messages can come forth. Let's take a look at the second card that came out with that. Okay. Woo, we have another major arcana. So this is very powerful. Major arcana number 14, Solutions with Archangel Zadkiel. Now, the number 14 is a karmic number, numerologically speaking, and it reduces down to the number 5 if you add the 1 plus the 4, and 5 is always about change. And karmic number 14 is about karmic issues of freedom. So it goes back to the 8 of Michael, where it says, you can be free. You can be free. So this is about freedom and change and redirection in some way, that solutions are going to be coming to you. Now, in the traditional tarot, this is the Temperance card. And the Temperance card does also deal with patience and balance. And through that patience and balance come the solutions. So we have a lot here about balance. We have a lot here about empowerment so far this week. The message at the bottom says, success that comes from objective compromise. Compromise is a form of balance, right? Seeing both sides of a situation, seeing the pros, seeing the cons. And then it says self-control and patience, so there's that word patience, forgiving and healing energies, okay? So maybe offering some sense of forgiveness to other people, or to yourself. A lot of us beat up, on ourselves because, oh, I should have done that, or I should have taken that opportunity back then, or I should have made that change when the change presented itself. We can't beat up on ourselves about the past. There's no right or wrong. There only is, moving forward. And moving forward sometimes is choosing to not have any action at all, or whatever choice that we're making. It's not the wrong choice. There's always something to be learned from all of the choices that we make in our lives. So forgive yourself, because really there's nothing to forgive yourself for. So you need to really let that go. And also this might be about forgiving others for, challenges or difficult relationships, or maybe it's a work or career kind of situation. But through forgiveness brings healing, and through healing brings balance, and through balance brings the new solutions that you're looking for. So again, I'm going to read that message. Success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience, forgiving and healing energy. Okay? So this is really moving right along here. I love this message so far. Let's look at the third card for the week. Wow, we have a fire card. That's good. Fire is movement, and it's the ace. So it's the initiating, beginning of some sort of new energy, the Ace of Gabriel, which is the Ace of Fire in the traditional tarot. The message says a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, and a sense of wonder. And I feel like this is finally, where we get to start moving forward with Mars turning back to direct motion. Now, I feel like, especially once it gets back into Aquarius, which is where it was when it first went retrograde. So it's going to be September before, Mars gets back into that sign of Aquarius. It doesn't happen obviously this week, and this week brings us into September. So we need to have a little bit more patience, but we're on the way, and there's something that's going to be starting, some new path, some new opportunity, some new direction here. Of a spiritual nature. The suit of fire, the suit of Gabriel, is about spiritual energy, inspirational energy, forward-moving energy. And, I love that, this energy is shown here as the wings being spread of the angel. She's getting ready to fly. She's almost waving a magic wand here, as if this spiritual energy is very magical. And it is. Spiritual energy is very magical. We can utilize that magical energy in moving forward. And we're going to be able to, I feel like all of a sudden they're saying reach the peak as I look at these mountains here, the mountain peaks. So we're going to reach the peak of what it is that we're desiring to move towards, our goals, our desires, our intentions. Again, have patience, but it is moving forward. So I love the progression of this, the first card. You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. You're going to have powerful psychic insights that reveal, what you should be doing. Here we are going to find some sort of solution through patience, through balance. And here we have this new beginning, a new opportunity, a feeling of new excitement, adventure, and inspiration that comes through as we move forward on our path. All right, so let's take a look at what your special message card is, depending on your stone of choice. So we're going to give the Crystal Angels deck a little bit of a shuffle here. I'm going to just kind of tune in, and this card to me is highlighted. So Amazonite people, Sujilite, own your divine power. Okay, and we were talking about power and empowerment. So here we have own your divine power. And it says replace codependent people-pleasing with assertiveness and empowerment. So you may be someone who tries to keep the peace, who's always going along with what other people say, who maybe you've given your power away to some situation or some person or some people, for that matter, and now it's time to really own who you are, own your truth, merge with your truth. I feel like you need to do a meditation and call in, an archangel, or call in a goddess, whatever deity you resonate with, call in Jesus, to merge with your inner power. Because that's what it's all about. You're a part of the divine source God. You're a part of the universal energy of all that is. And because you're a part of that energy, you have the ability to co-create whatever you desire, and you have the ability to create it with the power of your mind through the thoughts, the ideas, and fueling that with those positive emotions. Now, you could work with the sugilite. The sugilite is a purple stone. It's a beautiful stone. It's a very humanitarian stone. It helps with, forgiveness and unconditional love and selfless service to other people or humanity. It's got that violet kind of flame energy to it to help transmute lower vibrational energies, lower vibrational situations or thoughts or emotions. And I feel like you're being given a gift here. Look at this beautiful angel with a cup, and she's almost offering you that cup. She's offering you that gift or offering you that blessing as you move forward on your path. Just own your divine power. All right, and let's look at the special message card for the people that chose the pink aventurine. This one's sticking up. Pink aventurine people. Apatite, another beautiful stone. This is a beautiful dark indigo blue stone, almost the color of lapis. And the apatite says progress, not perfection. So don't be hard on yourselves again. Don't look for everything to be exactly how you envision it to be, because God is your co-creator, okay? And sometimes God knows what's going to be best suited for us even more than we do. And what we're going to get, how things are going to unfold, are going to be even greater than we could have ever imagined. So just focus on the next step. Focus on moving forward. Focus on the progress, not trying to be perfect. The message at the bottom, it says, don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus upon how far you've come and all that you've learned. That's a great message. Don't reminisce on the past. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't feel like it's too little too late. You are where you are, and there's been progress throughout your life. Every year, look back last year, look back the last 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and see how much progress that you've made, and love yourself for that. Respect yourself for that. Don't judge yourself, because everybody's soul is here for different reasons, here to learn different things in their own divine timing. So we really can't compare our lives or what we're accomplishing to other people's lives or what they're accomplishing, because we're all on our own paths, and really truly we don't know what that other person is even going through in their true lives. We don't know what they've been through. We don't know what they're dealing with on an emotional level. All we need to do is focus on ourselves and focus on our truth. Now, apatite, it helps to open the third eye. So this is going to help to open your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, really open up your psychic senses. I feel like you need to call in that indigo blue light, because that indigo blue light is going to bring you those expanded psychic intuitive abilities, and also bring you those new kind of spiritual perceptions, if you will, just like the high priestess talks about revealing psychic insights. I feel like if you do a meditation with the apatite, maybe placing it on your third eye while you're lying down, maybe holding it in your left hand, this is going to help you to focus on, the progress that you've made and the progress that you're going to continue to make as you move forward on your path. And then for those of you that chose the Sonora sunrise or the Sonora sunset, however you want to look at that, both are accurate. This one's calling my attention. This one is Unikite. And here we have a brilliant, beautiful green color here. The color of healing, the color of the heart chakra, the color of not only healing the emotional body, but also the physical body if you have anything physically going on. The message at the bottom, it says answered prayers. That's a beautiful message. And it says, all your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. I love how that word solutions is there, just like our Major Arcana number 14 solutions card. So again, all your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. So again, continue moving forward. You've got divine protection and guidance from the archangels, from your master guides and teachers, from the ascended masters, whoever it is you work with. They are guiding you and protecting you. And if you've been, again, struggling or feeling challenged in any way, this is saying that there's doors that are going to be opening for you now. Again, Mars is moving direct. The blocks are being removed. Things are going to start moving forward. You're going to have the support. You're going to have the movement. And again, if you've been struggling with what do I do next or what decision to make in this situation or that situation, this is saying that the solutions are going to be coming to you. So meditating on opening your heart chakra, because the heart chakra is where we can be open to the blessings coming towards us in life, okay? So opening up the heart, you're opening up to the divine solutions. You're opening up to the blessings from the universe. So I hope you've liked this weekly reading. Thanks to all of you that follow me on Facebook and Instagram and that comment on my YouTube videos and that share my videos, subscribe to my channel. I just feel very blessed as I continue on my path and opening doors on my path to move forward. There's some changes in the work that I am trying to make, and I'll share that with you as things start to progress a little bit more. But thank you so much, everyone. I send you all much love and light and many, many angel blessings.